Now, thanks to the Washington Examiner, we know who some of these folks are. Congressman Gallagher was just so great on the show last night. We got huge reaction. And among the names lobbying on behalf of TikTok, which is owned by the CCP-controlled ByteDance, are the following. Former Republican Senate Majority Leader Trent Lott, powerful former Democratic Senator John Breaux of Louisiana, former Republican Congressman Jeffrey Dunham, and former Democratic Congressman Barton Gordon. Also, former high-profile staffers are getting into the game, including former Pelosi senior advisor Michael Bloom and former Kevin McCarthy political advisor Freddie Barnes. All were asked to appear with us tonight. With the exception of Bloom, who couldn't make the timing work, they refused. Joining us now is Senator Tom Cotton, who has long warned about TikTok. Senator, that's quite a list, and that's just scratching the surface. What does that tell you about the revolving door of power to influence peddling in Washington, especially on behalf, essentially, of the CCP?
Well, Laura, it was a great interview you had with my friend Mike Gallagher last night. He's right. TikTok is like a kind of digital fentanyl or Trojan horse on the phones of America's youth. If you have it on your phone, you should delete it and then probably get a new phone as well. And these former members of Congress and congressional aide should know better than lobbying for a company that is directed by, at the behest of, the Chinese Communist Party, that is part of its massive surveillance network that is going to give access to hundreds of millions of Americans' phones going for today and going forward if it's not removed from those phones, if it's not banned nationally in this country. Mike Gallagher and I also have legislation that would close this loophole he spoke about that would require any person who's lobbying for one of these Chinese companies to register not just as a lobbyist and require diligent journalists at places like Washington Examiner to go ferret them out, but rather register as a foreign agent, because in China there simply is no line between the Communist Party and Chinese companies.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like such a no-brainer at this point, Senator, so I'm so glad you're pursuing this. But today at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, the CEO of TikTok addressed criticism that they are just controlled by the Chinese government. Watch this.
We take all these concerns very seriously. For us, no foreign government has asked us for U.S. user data before. Really, they haven't. And if they did, we would say no.
Senator, I'm sorry, does that even pass the straight face test?
No, and if he said no, he might go the way of Jack Ma and be disappeared and never heard from again either. Look, TikTok is under the thumb of Chinese communists. It has to answer to the Chinese Communist Party, and it has to do what the government says. It can access all the data on your phone to include all the other apps and your content and your text messages, your emails, your browser history. It can even remotely control your camera and your microphone. You should delete TikTok from your phone and probably get a new phone if you have it on there now. And that's to say nothing of the kind of content that the Chinese Communist Party allows on TikTok in their country, which is basically respect your elders and do your homework and eat your vegetables, and what you find on it here in America.
I'm not sure they're even getting vegetables, Senator, but it's good to see you tonight. Thank you.
I don't think the everyday user realizes the severity of these allegations. I mean, to have a communist country such as China have the ability to turn off remotely, turn on the camera on the device that you walk around with daily is a very big deal. And, lobbyists have been screaming this for I don't know how long. However, I believe it's time for us to take a real good look at these apps we're downloading on our phone, letting our children explore for hours on end throughout the day. Could they be harmed? I don't know. Leave me your opinion. Leave me your thoughts. Until next video, remain safe, and may God bless us all.